Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. So, I decided to make it a little bit earlier today so I can finish early. I'll be with you guys maybe for, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes. So, let me see who we have here. We have, I believe that's Sid. Yeah, the Sid here. Says, hello, Meran. Male 35 Manchester. Thank you for that. So, hope you're doing well. I'm feeling lost and devastated again, a little bit. I was doing so good for the past year and now broken again. All because I'm pinning for someone. Oh, am I on the right path? Hmm. Well, every sport has its own challenges. You play soccer, you might, you know, get fouled or you might get tripped, you might get some injuries, but most of them are not permanent. But it's part of the game. The problem with most of us is that when we are in a romantic relationship or a breakup or some kind of a heartbreak, you think that's separate from the game, the game should not include that. That is also part of the happenings and injuries of the game. So why are you making it like if it's a permanent thing? These things come and go and you recover and you go on to another game as you have done before. So this knowledge should help you not to be so vulnerable to these stages of emotional hardship. So I've improved since you know me. Is there something wrong with me? Sorry for my no. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just that you forget that every time these things happen, you recover. But while you're recovering, you think it's permanent, and you're not enduring the consequences of the game as if the game should have no consequences. It happens. It's the whole beauty of it. You like a girl, you love a girl doesn't like you or doesn't love you or did like you, did love you, now doesn't. It's part of human psyche. Why do you consider human being a perfect psyche and expect nothing that you would not expect? They have their own minds, they have their own set of values or needs, and you have yours. Understand that you don't have to have a conclusion in every relationship that you get. It could be up, down, it could stay, it could go. Just enjoy the ride rather than focusing on this ride should last this long. And if it doesn't, then I'm devastated. Something wrong with me. It's not true. It's part of the journey. Get on your ship, navigate, Sometimes stormy, sometimes smooth, sometimes you find a oasis, sometimes you find an island, sometimes you find killer whales and sharks. It's all part of this journey. Don't separate all these events from the journey. This is what makes the journey work. That's what it is. So stop expecting something specific from your relationship and just go through it, see if it's going to be qualified one or not. If it is, great, stick with it. Not, well, next. That's the only way you can look at it. You don't have time to sit around and say, oh, why did this and didn't work? Well, it wasn't your choice. You wanted it to work. It didn't. So, okay, respect the events of the world as far as these things are concerned. Other things you fight, you do your best, but you've done your best in here as well, too. It didn't work out. It takes two to tango, and she doesn't want to dance, so let her be. And Tia Tia says, female 19, Kuwait. Ahlan wa sahlan. My extent of Arabic. And Tia Tia says, Maran, can you please talk about panic attacks? I got one last week and one last year. But the one from last week kept me trapped and always in fear of getting another one. I'm so scared since I can't control it. When it comes to my heart, fast rates, what? I guess we say, you want to say when it comes, your heart beats faster. Well, that's your mechanism of fight and flight. And that's what we are designed to do. Your heart pounds faster. Of course, you always check any concern that you have with your physician. I'm not a physician. We're just talking about what my knowledge is or my experience is. But you can consult with your physicians to get the answers that he would or she would offer. But in general, when you have a certain anxiety or certain concerns, the heartbeat goes faster, prepares you for a decision, fight or flight. Stay your ground, or a danger tells you to run. For that, you need more oxygen, more blood circulation, so your heart gets that. That's a normal thing that happens in all cases. But again, you check with your doctor. I'm sure that he will enlighten you, or she will enlighten you. And anxiety, usually when it happens, it's a mental thing when you are comparing what it was to what it is, what it could be. And none of them are actually in actuality. What it was is doesn't exist. So what are you concerned about? What it could be doesn't exist. You're just creating some fictional circumstances for yourself, and you fret it for something that doesn't even exist. What it is what you should focus on, and what it is really nothing, because your situation at the moment is based on your comparison of what it was, what it could be, and you find yourself in what it is, which you don't know what it is. Instead of focusing on what you're making efforts toward, what at that moment you're busy with, focusing and bringing your mind from the past and the future to the present moment, and you'll see in the present moment there's no danger. There's nothing happening at that very moment that you're in your apartment or with your friends that is going to danger you, that cause you any panics. But what gives you the panic is what you think it might be, or what you think it might be a consequence of something, or what you think you might not have that you want, what you think that you might not achieve what you want to achieve in this life. All these things, that I'm losing some kind of an opportunity, creates something that hasn't happened. It will probably never happen. And it's not really what you're thinking, but you will fret about it because you want a certain certainty in your life. And if you don't have that certainty, you start conjuring up things that causes you the anxiety and the panic attack. So one of the things that you can do, as Dr. Huberman explains, is a simple way to bring yourself out of the past or future and to the present moment by giving your brain a kind of a jolt, which psychotherapists usually give a electric shock to someone who is in deep depression and has a psychological challenges. And this particular thing doing, it's a similar thing to jolt your brain out of oblivion and bring you to the present moment and connect you with life as it is in its actuality and reality, rather than allowing your thoughts go into somewhere that creating that panic attack for you, which is not really anything. Nothing's happening. It's just an illusion. And what it is a double breath. It's very simple. You have you have two system, pre-Butzinger complex, which is the way you breathe normally, and parafacial nuclei is the way you can manipulate your breathing. There's a system that allows you to manipulate your breathing. If I remember the names, is parafacial nuclei, and that other one, pre-Butzinger. What is it? I forgot the name of it, but I just said it. Anyhow, that breathing system, the name doesn't matter really. There are two breathing systems that allows you to manipulate your breathing rhythm. So one is the regular one that you breathe in, breathe out, long, short, whatever that you do during your daily life. The other one is the one that allows you to still breathe properly with a different rhythm when you're laughing or crying or going through some excitement or emotional happening. For example, when you laugh, you're still breathing, or you cry, you're still breathing, but different rhythm. So you combine this, Dr. Huberman explains, you breathe long and you breathe another one on top of it. And you hold a few seconds and then you let it out. If you do that at that moment, do it with me right now, you will see what happens. So 1, 2, 3, let's go up. 1 and then 2. And then breathe normally. So you can see you're very calm right now. You're very present. There's nothing in your head. No thought whatsoever. Gone. Everything clear. And it's like empty. And that emptiness of the brain brings you back to your balance. That there is nothing wrong, no panic, no nothing, because you're here and you come to understand everything is okay and I'm here, no danger. The reality is here. It takes you out of your brain and puts you right where the reality and actuality is. And you can do that 2 or 3 or 4 times in a row, and you can enjoy that relaxation and come back. And what I did when I had a panic attack once, I simply focused with full attention to my breathing. I followed my breath. I felt it coming in through my nose, going into my lungs, and coming out. I stayed with it. I followed it. It was my companion. I accompanied it. The breath coming in, my mind and thoughts was with it, and see it going in and then see it coming out. And hearing the sound of it and be with it. So I was focused on what's happening. Air coming in, I see it, I feel it. Extending, exhaling it, I see it, I feel it coming out. I followed my breath and brought my mind from wherever it was that caused me the panic attack back right into the moment that I could find safety. There was nothing wrong. So try these, and if there is anything more, then you can consult your physician. But these are some things that we all human beings go through. Lucky dude. Unfortunately, this particular episode is not going to be recorded because I think the StreamYard told me that unless I upgrade, it wouldn't record, which I already had upgraded, but somehow things had a glitch. So this is not going to be recorded, unfortunately. So whatever brilliant I may come up with, you may have to remember it. If you can record it, you record it. And Lucky Dude says, "Hi, Mr. Miron, I want to thank you for helping with my OCD. I don't know if you remember me. I do kind of, Lucky Dude, I believe. It's been a while though, no? Says, you have helped me get out of my bad phase. Great. Says, P.S. Sir, you look like De Niro. Really? I think De Niro has hair. I don't have hair. So I decided to shave it down to pretend I have. uh, Sid says, I have no clue where I stand with Lauren. Just know that she's a wonderful, pure soul with amazing energy, and I miss her. I will hopefully see her next week. To be honest with you, I forgot the story of Lauren. Lauren. You go through so many girls, I don't even really account for. But so I don't remember our conversation, which was just recently. There's so many things happening in my life that I'm busy dealing with all kinds of things that I don't necessarily remember everything. So you might have to. Well, that's where I make my money. So you might have to make another appointment and remind me of what it is to get my feedback because I forgot. Uh, but remember, it's not the end of the world. You had other girls that it didn't work out, and it worked out fine for a while. It didn't work out. That's the nature of this whole relationship thing. If you expect every one of them, and every one of them that really works very well, you let go because you think, well, it's working, so it's probably no challenge. I don't know if I want it. As soon as a girl really likes you, you don't like her. You only run after the ones that doesn't work. So you gotta fix that. You gotta figure. You gotta see that it's not that the ones that you long for are exactly what you're looking for, but possibly some of it, if not all of it, or most of it, is because you don't have the certainty that you're with them and they're with you. So you like the chase, and as soon as they are, you do the capture and you hunt, and they are interested in you and want to make something out of it, you run. You say, I'm not ready for anything. So you got to figure out, is it something serious you're looking for, or just want to play around the rest of your life? Because since we've been talking for many years, you've had many girlfriends, and many of them were the wrong choice anyhow. But the ones who were actually seemingly working, you let them go because you didn't want to be attached. While you actually wanted that relationship, but once you got it, you didn't want it. So you got to fix that. That is it the quality you're looking for, or is it the quantity? You think by so many you go through, you will find the quality, which is wrong. It's not, that equation is not really correct necessarily. Or do you think that you just like to get to know new people? You got to know everybody in the world. Because that seems to me the way. You constantly say, I want to meet new people. So to what end? Eventually, every good relationship is the same and has the same challenges. You can't say, well, this is a good relationship, but maybe I can find better. Better to what extent? In how? Everyone has a psyche, And the most important person in their life is themselves. So they're going to be protecting them and looking for what they're interested in. And that could bring the conflict. And the conflicts and division in a relationship is a normal thing. So you can't keep looking for one that there would be no conflict, there would be no division, and you still like it. As soon as there's no conflict or division, you actually get bored and lose interest because you think, well, there's no challenge. You got to fix that in yourself first. Figure out what is it and when is it and what kind of woman is it that you're looking for, and then you will. Yeah, Lauren, got it. I remember. Okay. Well, she's a little bit, off the top by being so dogmatic on her ways and wanting you to follow all that as if there's no other knowledge or science out in the world but her way. And so she's dogmatic. Okay. And so are you saying to me that she's no longer interested, or what is it? What is it that concerns you about that relationship? I thought she was into you and you were into her, but you just don't want her to challenge you. As I mentioned to you, you can listen to what she says and respect what she says, but you don't have to do it. But your problem is that every time somebody says that is not in line with your values or not in line with what it is that you want them to be in line with, you argue as if you have a religious um, directive to combat something that you feel is wrong according to your values. You go to argue. You want to defend yourself. No, that's not the way. Let people say what they say and just acknowledge their knowledge, but you don't have to accept their knowledge or follow them. You say, oh, well, that's an interesting way of looking at it. And, I'm sure that works for you and that's great. I wish it could have worked for me too. I will try. And that's the end of it. They will be happy that you will try, you respected what they said, you heard them. Most people just want to be heard. And you will go on and do whatever it is that you want to do. But you want to come to a conclusion at that moment, no, this is what I'm going to do, and you should be okay with it. And I would not be okay with what you don't need to make that a challenge and get an agreement. So yeah, I see your point. That's a very healthy way of living. And I'm trying to do my best, and I'll take some of the stuff that you say and see if I can put it to work. It's not easy for everybody. That's it. You don't have to go all out to war with the whole topic just to, remember how we discuss things, and just in the middle when I'm trying to say something, I say, you're doing this. Say, no, I'm not doing this. Well, then you think about it, say, well, yeah, maybe I am. So this defensive mode is what clouds your judgment to see really how important is it what they're saying, and if it's really that important to pay too much attention to it, or just it's a conversation, let them vent off. She wants to be like a sheep and go into the forest and eat leaves. It's up to her. And in some ways, it's a very good choice, but not all the time for me. I love vegetables. I'm like a sheep, a horse. I can eat vegetables and enjoy them, enjoy the taste and everything. But that's not the only food I want to have. It's part of my sustenance. So you can appreciate what she does rather than saying, but there's no but. She likes that. Let her do that. And she's offering it to you and say, well, yeah, great. I'd love to. And I will find the things that I like. And I think it's a good balance. Leave it at that. Sid says, no, I'm definitely looking to settle at some point. Yeah, that point is not, I haven't seen that point yet. So not looking for quantity. Yeah, but you're not settling down with any quality. And I'm sure that you have the right to do that, which everybody is like that. But somehow you haven't found it. But I'm thinking the same one that you're longing for, as soon as things work out, you may lose interest again. That's what my point is. So you got to figure out, say, these are the qualities that I want in a woman. and this one has this many, and no woman is going to have all the qualities I'm looking for. So can I live with it? And if it is, well, then, pursue it and see where it goes. Says, I would love to meet someone with whom I could build something with. What is that something that you want to build? You got to know that, not something. What? On what basis? What parameters? How tolerant are you? There were a few girls that they really, but every time you change and you go to another year or so, then you find more things about yourself, and then your taste changes, I guess. Says, no, I don't know where this is heading. I would love to somehow pursue this, but I don't know how to. Well, you're pursuing it. You want something signed on a dotted line? Well, that's not going to happen. Let her ask for a dotted line. You just be there, enjoy, get to know each other. Don't seek certainty. Just be there, enjoy the journey. Keep pedaling, go somewhere, wherever it goes. But you want a destination, and you want her to agree with the destination before you guys have even gotten close to somewhere that you call destination. Just take the journey, see on the journey how you guys interact and what kind of a destination this journey is deserving. And then you'll both decide where that relationship should go. Well, you guys, I think that's all the time I have here, all because really there is no recording happening. So all these things that we're talking about is not going to be recorded so we can use it again. So perhaps I will have to find a way to fix this upgrade or whatever it is, and then we'll have a longer one next time. So it's time for me to say I love you all. Thank you very much for being here, giving the opportunity to share a thing or two with you. There's only 2 people here anyhow. In the meantime, I look forward to our next live stream. In the meantime, be good to yourself and to the others. I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you soon. Subscribe on my channel, visit my channel, and go through the videos that you might be interested in. mindthatseekstruth.com is making it one step away to talk to me one-on-one on Skype and discuss what's concerning you. I'll talk to you soon.